If you hate the thought of going anywhere near a spider, help could be at hand. Scientists have tested a new method to allow people who suffer from debilitating phobias based on exposure therapy. The technique involves showing the patient phobic images in such short bursts that they aren't even consciously aware of seeing them. The researchers believe that their technique could be used to cure a range of phobias, including a fear of spiders and even anxiety. The technique was devised by researchers from the Institute for the Developing Mind at Children's Hospital Los Angeles. They showed patients images of their phobia without their knowledge and looked at their brain's response using fMRI scanning. Dr. Bradley Peterson, who led the study, said, "Although we expected and observed activation of the neural regions that process fear, we also found activation in regions that regulate the emotional and behavioral responses to fear, reducing the conscious experience of fear." In the study, the researchers focused on 21 people with a fear of spiders and 21 non-phobic control participants. All participants experienced 3 conditions that included viewing control images not associated with phobias and phobia-inducing images at 2 levels of exposure: very brief and longer duration. The very brief exposure was accomplished through a technique known as backward masking. In backward masking, a target image is shown very briefly and then immediately followed by a non-target image or mask that prevents recognition of the target. While the images were shown, the participants had their brains scanned using fMRI scanning. In the participants with the phobia, very brief exposure to spider images strongly activated the subcortical regions of the brain involved in immediate fear processing. Yet they did not experience fear consciously, apparently because the very brief exposures also activated brain regions that regulate fear. Clearly visible exposure to the spider images, by contrast, deactivated areas of the brain that regulate fear responses, inducing the conscious experience of fear. Dr. Paul Siegel, first author of the study, said, "Counterintuitively, our study showed that the brain is better able to process feared stimuli when they are presented without conscious awareness. Our findings suggest that phobic people may be better prepared to face their fears if at first they are not consciously aware that they face them." The researchers believe that their technique could be used to treat both people with phobias and children and adolescents with anxiety. Current therapies are based on directly confronting the feared stimulus, which can cause young people to experience significant emotional distress.